The problem with the idea this socialism is different than this socialism is that it colludes in the same thing, okay? It gives more power to the government. That's it. I don't care if you tell me it's in Europe, it's in Venezuela, and it's in Cuba. It all comes down to the same thing, and it's more power to the government. Today we know who is the president. If we keep going in this more power to the government, we don't know who's gonna be there in 5, 10 years from now. Yeah. Like in Venezuela, I mean, Hugo Chavez was bad. Now you have Maduro, who's 10 times, if not to say 100 times worse. Yeah. But you gave them already the power to the government. You gave them more power and you rely everything to them. That's what I would tell them. Why would you? Would you trust the government to manage your finances? How can we not keep the government on check so they stop spending the way they do? You see, the more power they have, the worse it's going to be, whatever name you want to call it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, too. The Nordic European style, yes, they technically have market economies still, but they have huge government programs. And what often gets overlooked in why socialism is bad and the actual economic socialism that we see in Venezuela, it's more about control. It's like, yes, the quality of products might go down and the options of products might go down and the costs might go up. But at the end of the day, this is more about the government is now the only provider of really important things in your life. And they can take those things away if you refuse to comply. And so that same kind of danger also exists in Nordic Europe now because they're just taking a longer and slower route to that same concept of giving government massive control over their lives. Do you have any recollection of what it looked like in Venezuela when they started attacking private business? And from what I've heard, it was also very bureaucratic. It wasn't necessarily a violent thing where they would go in and say, get out right away. But they came up with all these bureaucratic rules similar to what we saw over the last 3 years in America with all these shutdowns and stuff. And they would say, you're now in violation of XYZ thing and you've got to be out in a few days. We better not see you.
Right. Well, they also created this quote unquote protection to employees to the point that
protection.
To the point that it was almost impossible for you to fire an employee.
Oh.
But if you cannot even get income because everything is so bad and you still cannot even fire or even because they deserve to be fired. So the rules and regulations were not realistic or sustainable for any business.
Yeah, well, I heard it was the same for property owners where people just stopped paying rent and the policies were in favor of those people that basically just began stealing the property and not leaving the homes. And so the business owners are paying for all of the bills for the property and then getting attacked by the government if they dared to try and kick someone out who was just living there for free. And so this concept of having any order in society started to slip.
Right.
Very dangerous.
But, often we talk only about the government. The government did this and the government did that. But at the end of the day, it's the same population. You see, it's the people who, they say, this satisfies me now. This is good for me today. But is it good for realistically? It's going to be good for my son. Is it going to be good? Is it good for the country? And generally it's not. And so, as you get older and as you start understanding a lot of things, I think Venezuelans didn't realize the power that they had. They just relied that power on the government. They literally give it away and never accepted the responsibility that came with that. The responsibility to say, yeah, it was us who continued to support these ideologies because of hate. So part of the problems comes with the same society. And like I'm saying, it has nothing to do, not all of it has to do with education because Venezuela, even though many see Venezuelans now on the street because it's terrible, the Venezuelan that we had, back in the day, the good times of Venezuela, very well educated individuals too. You see?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the same thing. Most of the people supporting socialism these days are educated white liberals that think they are providing social justice for other minorities. And to see these people where you're curious, you have access to all of this information, and this is the choice that you make to try it again, an idea that leads to massive suffering. It is hard for me to understand, but I think it's a combination of good intentions, or honestly, they really think they're just better than the people who have tried it before, and they think they could actually make it happen this time. You gotta wonder.
I have my theory per se.
Oh,
it's
let's
just a
hear it,
theory.
because this is a concept that I can never wrap my head
It's
around.
just a theory, okay? But I think socialism and socialists go around the world, and it's just like a manipulator. They see what is your weak point, right? And they tackle you there in that area. I think in the United States, it's the same product is sold differently. And one of the things I've seen in the American people, or us Americans, I'm an American too,
Yes, you
proud
are.
American, is that we are a generous society. Okay? So they don't tell you this is to bring necessarily the down, is to help. So they sell socialism with the power that they know they can grab, which is, everybody here wants to be a philanthropist. If you donate money, if you are doing, you feel good. It's like, yes, this is what we are. So yes, do socialism. Because with socialism, we're really going to help more people. But what they don't tell you is that bringing everybody down is the main goal of socialism. Socialism never brings everybody up. It's about bringing people down.
Hey guys, it's Morgan. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. We want our page to be a resource for you to learn more about history and about the current events going on in the world today. So be sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you can see more of our content as it comes out. We have plenty of playlists for you to learn from.